Hello everyone, and welcome back to more Phoenix Wright's Ace Attorney Battletoads Edition. What? Adrian Andrews? If you want to know who that nickel samurai is, it is none other than this woman.
And why would you say it would be Miss Andrews? What in the world points you to her?
For starters, she's short, and she can freely move in and out of Mr. Engard's room. Finally, she had dinner with Mr. Engard that night. And how does all that all add up? I think it adds up, pretty clearly. Means that it makes it very easy for her to get a certain item. A certain knife with Mr. Engard's fingerprints all over it. The knife that was used as a murder weapon.
Why don't you just say what it is you want, Mr. Wright?
Have to do this now. This is my last chance to turn things around. The defense motions to indict Miss Adrian Andrews in the murder of Juan Carita. It was Miss Andrews who tried to frame the defendant for the crime. Order, order, order! Looks like this trial has hit a most unexpected development.
I've heard that one before.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes, Your Honor.
This court is issuing a that for Miss Adrian Andrews. A verdict cannot be passed without first hearing her testimony. Even though we could fuck up and still not hear her testimony, I'm sure. Alright, this is it. This is kind of bad for us. Huh? What do you mean? Adrian Andrews is summoned to court as a witness. Means that the trial will go on for another day. One more day. Ack! If I don't get a verdict today, then Maya.
Oh, well.
Oh, well, it's not that important. Now then, we shall set Miss Andrews' testimony for tomorrow. What am I supposed to do? The judge is about to adjourn the court.
There is an objection.
Now then, objection! Please, Your Honor, continue the trial. You must pass a verdict today. I can't do that. We cannot hear Miss Andrews' testimony if she is not...
I don't know who was it.
That's...
Oh, wait, what? I thought Hold it. I'm bored of wasting such valuable time.
Edgeworth?
Your Honor, I request that you please continue with today's trial.
But we cannot continue due to this unexpected development.
This is unexpected development. I think you underestimate me, Your Honor.
And what do you mean by that?
That Mr. Phoenix Wright would slave his way to whatever Miss Andrews is all happening according to plan, even if Wright was a bit slow to catch on.
What? I agree. This is just all according to Edgeworth's, picture-perfect plan. It's pretty ridiculous. What is the meaning of your statement, Mr. Edgeworth?
Miss Adrian Andrews is currently waiting in the prosecution lobby, and you somehow didn't know. She's the next witness.
Jeez.
Don't you need to, sign those up beforehand?
Yeah, you'd think so. But apparently Edgeworth is just doing this all covert by now. I think Edgeworth is the real, FBI, CIA, whatever.
FBCI.
Yeah, exactly. Everything was planned out in advance by that man. Somehow, I knew there was no way Mr. Edgeworth would look over Andrews. But it looks like this battle is far from over.
Exactly. I agree with your assistant.
Oh, man. Wait, did he just read our... Yeah.
No, she talked.
Okay, she did talk.
I just never assumed she was talking that loudly.
Yeah, I assume not either. Very well. We will call the next witness. However, before we proceed, we shall take a 10-minute recess. Please prepare your witness in that time, Mr. Edgeworth. The court will now take a 10-minute recess. I already said that. To be continued. Oh, we were pretty
Right
close
now.
the last time. Yeah. To be continued this very fucking instant. Because it's metal. March 22nd, 2:14, District Court Defendant Lobby number 2. Oh yeah. I somehow forgot you existed, kind of. That's right, you're the guy we're defending. Dude, I can't believe that Adrian. No way! Not cool and collected Adrian Andrews. She's your manager. It would have been very easy for her to pull this off. The only person who had easy access to the knife you used at dinner was, well, her. So after the ceremony during the break, huh? I was sleeping like a log the entire time. See, she could have also easily planted that blood-covered button in your Hakama.
But how did she get the suit? I mean, he must be sleeping pretty hardcore.
That's what I was wondering. So that's the main
Is he
thing
used to be naked by her?
Probably. I'm sure it's a normal occurrence. She probably dresses him up in that costume for every show. Because she was the one that came to wake me up? Then, dude, you're saying it was really her? Yes, she is the real killer. She was the one who murdered Juan Carita. But why? I thought she was buds with the Juan. She has her own agenda. Her own agenda? What are you talking about?
Smiling, way too happy to be, like, surprised.
I know, he really
He's not
is.
smiling. I think he has a disease.
I think so too. People have their own agenda? What's an agenda? I'm sure you'll see by the time this trial's over. I'll be alright. I'll get you acquitted by the end of today. Get me a verdict that's refreshing like a spring breeze. Okay, Mr. Lawyer Dude? Boobs. Phoenix. You think her motive is related to Celeste Indipac's missing suicide note, right? Yes. That just makes sense. Miss Andrews depended on Miss Impacts for her strength and will to live. And we get this wonderful flashback once again with the worst picture of whatever, of Juan ever. Then Miss
It looks like he's smoking a pipe to me.
It still looks like he's some freakish kickboxing giant to me.
Right, okay, that's it. But it's just the thing in his mouth looks like a giant dick pipe.
Yeah. Then Miss Impacts suddenly killed herself. Sounds like she had left a suicide note, and the person thought to have hidden it. So Mr. Juan Carita, the victim of this murder. And that's why I think that Miss Andrews got close to Mr. Carita, all to get the suicide note back. Sounds plausible, but one thing bothers me. What? Who was it that first told us about their relationship? Better stated, Mr. Andrews... Wait. Mr. Andrews... I think you have that incorrect.
Maybe she's a guy and you just don't know.
I guess so. Does the spirit world let you know that kind of stuff too? She is
But I honestly think she's just texting. You probably already talked to Miss Andrews and has this all like Miss Incapex and whatnot and have Juan and has this all figured out.
Yeah. It seems like everyone usually does. Like, except for the very final bit, everyone has everything figured out. Except for the last piece of the puzzle. Our stated Miss Andrews' codependency with regards to Miss Incapex. It was Edgeworth. Looks like he's still the one in command of this ship.
But I guess no, Phoenix never minded.
Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Ship Edition.
Say shipping a lot in that game.
See, don't let your guard down yet. It'll be the greatest adventure in attorney pirating that you'll ever see. Or I'll hit you with a Court will now reconvene. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you please.
Prosecution calls the witness subbound by this court. Miss Andrews, Adrian, whatever her name is, the person who discovered the crime, the crime in Mr. Duran's corridor's room. I can't talk.
That's fine. That talking
woman,
is difficult.
What is your occupation?
I'm the manager of the defendant in this case, Mr. Matt Engard. I see. Now then. Before we begin, Your Honor, I have one request. Yes, sure. What is it? I'm sure everyone in this room is wondering the same thing, and would love to find out more about my relationship with the victim. After all, it was the topic of a certain weekly magazine recently. No, I have no idea what you mean. I've never even heard of Gossipland. Real subtle, Judge. Judge was ever prosecution witness. He'd do all my work for me.
Anyway, I was wondering if you could please tell us about your relation to the victim.
Yes, I was seeing Mr. Kurita. I was also aware of the rivalry that existed between Matt and Juan, but this was a private matter between Juan and myself. So was it... so it was a fry and bait matter? Or is that bait and fry? Reminds me of fishing. What? But I didn't kill him.
No one has accused you of that. Edgeworth, I believe we caught her in on basis that we believe she's a killer.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure as well. No one's accused you of that. But Adrian, she knows what's going on. I've got a feeling someone will soon. I think we all understand your relationship with the victim now, Miss Andrews.
Very well, witness. Please testify to the court about what happened when you discovered the murder that had taken place.
When I found the body, it was time for this show to start, so I went to get Matt from his room. After that, I went to Juan's room, and there was his dead body. I was in shock. What I saw was, naturally, the exact same scene as in the crime scene photo.
That's on the photo of me seeing the crime scene.
Yeah.
You know, Lola is pretty good if she takes these photos.
You know, she is. Also, I don't know why, I find it funny that this is just captured with her, like, you know,
putting that thing down, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, oh no, I gotta put this down because I'm so shocked. I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice. Oh.
Really?
Okay. You poured yourself a glass of juice.
I already saw the mistake.
Yeah.
Guess there would be no glass.
Right. Yes, sadly I didn't remember not to touch things at the scene of the crime, and I disturbed the crime scene by moving this one thing.
That is when the fingerprints on the wine glass were made, Your Honor.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness, Phoenix. She is one cool and collected customer, and she has the brains to match.
You're just making shit up. Like, I think Maya doesn't even hear this stuff. She has just like cue cards that she like randomly shuffles and like says whatever. Because this is like the easiest one yet, and she's like, this one is impossible.
She's a cool and collected customer, except for the fact that she has codependency issues and is pretty much completely fucking insane at this point.
And honestly, this is like super easy.
Yeah. But
Like, I instantly saw this.
yes, I know. In order to catch a person like her, you have to avoid head-on confrontations. You should disrupt her pace. You know, disrupt her
What are
pace.
you even saying, Lord?
I don't know.
You should, like, so... You could do it. That would disrupt her face.
You should just go up there and, like, slap her across the face and then grope her, and then, you know.
She probably would like that codependency problem.
I didn't know codependency problems gave you, like, whatever. She's the type of woman who is easily thrown off by inconsistent with things. So you have to attack when she least expects it. The instant you let up on your offense is the instant this trial is over.
I really don't like you in this game, man.
Yeah, what is your issue today, Mia?
What are you even, like... Why are you here?
Why are you here aside from fan service? Are you just... Maybe that's why she's grumpy. Maybe she, like, keeps getting hit on, and she's like, I'm starting to get uncomfortable.
It's her fault. She took over little girl's body.
Yeah, that's fair. Hold it! And what was Mr. Engard doing at the time? He was taking a nap. He was worn out from his mini performance as the Nickel Samurai during the ceremony.
I honestly was like, on one hand, the giant boy standing down from his crotch looked kind of sexual. On the other hand, the giant boy standing down from his crotch looked like they would probably hit him in the crotch, and that would hurt.
That would hurt, actually. Like, imagine running in that costume. That could get uncomfortable.
Just like each step, like,
you could say the Nickel Samurai has balls of steel.
It gotta be for him to survive.
Mr. Engard did say he was taking a nap. I guess you could say it could not have been taken out of his room, yes? Excuse me, what are you...
Objection. Right. I thought years of school would have taught you how to construct a sentence. You can't make a sensible sentence with a subject, then I make one for you. Watch. Boom. Did you, Miss Andrews, remove Miss Engard's knife from his room?
No.
Subject, verb, object, right. You skip basic grammar. The witness may continue. Well, I thought we were talking about his suit. Okay.
I thought so
Because they have
too,
not explained how she
honestly.
got the suit on.
Yeah, that's the one I'm curious on, is how she got the suit if he was wearing it. The knife thing, that's pretty easy. Like, you know, obviously she could have just obtained the knife whenever he was, you know, he was sleeping. He wouldn't notice. But, hold it! And why did you do that? As a friendly gesture, Juan was to make an appearance with the other heroes. The show was supposed to be a show of friendship, huh?
What's the magic involved?
Is that the only reason? I beg your pardon. What are you implying? Had a certain goal in mind when you started to get close to him, correct? So perhaps you had a more personal matter to discuss with the victim. Sorry, but I didn't have any such intentions in mind at that time. Can't get her to talk without a strong piece of evidence, I guess.
Maybe we could continue now. Witness, what did you see when you got to his room?
Hold it! You were in shock. What? Was I not supposed to be? Sanders is a very calculating person, despite how close they were. Doubt she had romantic feelings for Mr. Krita.
Anyone randomly stumbling upon a dead body would be in shock and take a sanity loss. And you can't seriously expect that a young beauty like her would not be shocked. Are you cheating on us?
I know, seriously. That's kind of random, Edgeworth. We're trying to make us jealous, because it's not gonna work, I'll tell you.
Oh no, he's gonna turn into that pony from the Fat Butt game. And just hit on all the witnesses.
Probably so. Somehow, I don't think beauty has anything to do with being shocked or not. I see. I don't know. I think supermodels just go through their lives in a constant state of shock. Just how the world works. Hold it! This is the photo you're referring to, correct? Yes, the one with the knife lodged in his chest.
Man, I might be wrong, but I feel like the picture doesn't make sense. Because you can see that wall corner in the background. But wasn't the direction where that chair was standing, like... Wasn't that toward... Like, wouldn't there be the door where the wall corner is?
A door where the...
Because I thought you came... Like, because when you come... Like, at least from where you see it, when you see the room, it's to your right.
Yeah. It's really hard for me to say, because I'm trying to picture it in my head, which is... I'm not great
I
at
maybe
it,
see the room again and stuff.
Yeah, hopefully. I imagine so. Despite what it says about solving it in one day, I don't know if we actually will. Our case was like this too? Yes, it was open and empty, of course.
And then what did you do next, witness?
I sexually assaulted the dead body. What do you think?
Just a thing. She got insanity, hit necrophilia, and that happened.
Yeah, exactly. It's Call of Cthulhu rules. Sometimes you just gotta roll with it. Juice? Yes, there's a bottle of tomato juice on the table, so I helped myself. But you didn't drink any of it, did you? Huh? There were no lip marks left on this wine glass to suggest that anyone drank from it. I wasn't feeling terribly great, so I set the glass down without drinking it. Miss Andrews, I would like to confirm with you one more time. Discovered the dead body of Juan Creta, you were in great shock. And that's why you poured yourself the glass of juice, correct? And what of it? Mine really was a complete blank at the time. Mine was a complete blank. I didn't think that was possible for you.
I was gonna say, like, your mind is always complete.
Oh snap. Aren't you rude today? I was so dazed that I made one careless mistake. That one thing.
I thought it wasn't good.
Yeah.
It's like, I could not imagine you being dumb. Aren't you such an insulting son of a bitch?
Fuck you! Oh man,
I
actually
can be
that's
dumb when
true.
I want to.
I can be dumb how often, yeah. I'll go around and I go to the grocery store and ask all the time about $100 bills. What one thing? Never mind. It's no big deal. What was she starting to say just now? Obviously, press further.
That she's gonna say anything.
Miss Andrews. Oh, I'm sure she won't. I'm convinced that, as you said, you made a mistake at the scene of the crime. What I really want to know is what this mistake was.
Actually, so would I.
I'm sorry. It's kind of embarrassing. Oh, really? See, I was right. I was right about what I said earlier. When I set the glass down on the dresser, I accidentally knocked the flower vase over.
Oh no.
Oh, no. Flower vase? Are you talking about the one on the floor in the crime photo? This mess of glass shards? I don't know. Did she just, I find that hard to believe already, that she just casually knocked that over.
But actually, I can see why it's wrong already, because the top of the guitar case is wet. Which means the guitar case had to be closed when it fell over.
Right. I see.
See, when this stuff makes sense.
Yeah. This was originally on top of the dresser. Yeah, I'm at least liking that. That so far this case generally makes sense, except for occasional weird
knife thing.
Yeah, the knife thing is weird, and except for occasional temporal, like, you know, space change things, I guess the suit's a TARDIS. But when I bumped into it with my elbow, it fell onto the guitar case.
Why did you withhold such an important piece of information?
I'm sorry. I thought that since the crime scene was already in disarray, people would simply assume the vase was just another part of the mess. Looks like yet another fact has come to light here. Please add this and anything else you have to reveal in your testimony. Sorry, but I have nothing more to add. I didn't touch anything else. Hold it! What kind of flower vase was it?
The flowery type.
It was a glass vase, and it was fairly big and heavy. Thought I would try to take Juan's pulse. So I set the glass I was holding on the dresser, and that's when my elbow accidentally hit the vase. That's odd. Thought she was always in total control of herself. It's what she would like people to think. Always be mindful of the gap between the perception and reality. What does that mean? That sounds like
what does that mean? But also, I'm just like, so you can't be very controlled and still accidentally bump something ever in your life?
I guess not. I guess controlled people aren't clumsy. I don't know what's with this case and that being stated, especially since we already know stuff. But more so, I don't also know what's with our assistant, her physiological bullshit. It's like you must examine yourself and the distance and know which one is the true self. And it's like, oh my god, we're solving court cases, not fucking.
Maybe she just got bored when she was dead and she came up with like smart things to say.
Maybe so. She just never found the right context. Doesn't sound like there's any glaring contradictions or testimony just now.
Yes.
There obviously are. Earlier that she would not crack so easily.
I cracked her.
Make her,
and I ate her.
I didn't know she was an egg.
She was. Tasty too.
Oh, that's good. And I'm glad she was at least tasty. Catch her with some very strong, decisive evidence. Have to find something. I just have to for my sake. Okay. Well, we're done with that. Here, right? With the guitar case?
Yeah.
Alright. Take objection!
Take objection.
Take
Eat
this
it.
objection. Exactly. You testified that you knocked over the flower vase. Is this correct? Yes. Are you sure it fell onto the guitar case? Is there some problem with what I said? It's not some problem, it's a major problem. It's true that the top of the guitar case is wet with water. However, that's exactly what is so strange. Miss Andrews, you testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case. However, if that was true, the case should have gotten wet on the inside, not the outside. That's very true. Furthermore, there's one other strange thing about this guitar case. And what is that? Take another look at the crime scene.
Like, so the vase is not even really that close to it.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I find it that she even stated that it fell directly on the guitar case. Like, my statement could have worked just as well because the water would, like, spray everywhere, but
right.
Then she's like, oh, it fell on the guitar case, and it just became super obvious.
Right, exactly. Because, yeah, you notice if there were, like, glass shards.
And I mean, you wouldn't even say, like, it fell onto the guitar case if the guitar case was open. You would say it fell into the guitar case.
Yeah. You'd think so, but I guess that's the idea, is that she fucked up on her testimony, because, you know, she's the dumbass. The remains of the vase are scattered on the floor. And what is wrong with that? The guitar case was open and the vase fell. The glass shard should be inside, not outside the case.
Objection! What is your point, Mr. Wright? What is your obsession with going inside? that the case was closed at the time that the vase was knocked over. Is that all?
Objection! No, think back to what Miss Andrews testified to. She said that other than the vase, she didn't touch anything else. Yes, that's right. She did implicitly say that she didn't touch the guitar case.
Objection. But this whole matter with the guitar case is a dead end. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. It has no bearing in this case at all.
Also, I love how Mia's still probably be like, oh, Edgeworth's not doing anything in this case. Yeah, look how...
He's totally just sitting by and watching.
Exactly.
As I like the way that he called it the bright red guitar.
That may very well be. However, the guitar case does seem to have no relation to this case. Seems that there's no deeper meaning to the guitar case. Well, Mr. Wright, do you think we need to hear more details about the guitar case? Yes. The empty guitar case. I believe this is a crucial piece of the puzzle.
Ha! I can't believe anyone would reach for stores like this, but it is you.
Can't believe I'm doing this either. I can't believe I'm talking about guitar cases. Fucking guitar case killed my father, you know.
Should we talk about steaks instead? That was totally normal.
Exactly. Alright, I'll follow along. For now, Miss Andrews, please testify to the court about the guitar case. Yes, Your Honor. The guitar case. I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. So as I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. I think being
honestly,
in a
I would
daze.
have just said I didn't knock the vase over after all. I saw it, I did, or something like that.
Yeah. You'd think so, or you'd think there'd be some different kind of statement she could make, because for one, this isn't super suspicious, and for two, like, I think being in a daze can only go so far. Sure, if you accidentally knocked something over, that's maybe even reasonable, but like, oh, I was in such a daze, I accidentally opened a thing. It's like, what? Can you do that? Can we, like, murder, let's look for his guitar. Yeah, that's a good idea. It's not a big deal, though, right? The case was empty after all. So why I opened the case, even I don't know. Well, yeah.
That was a good enough reason for me.
It looks like this really wasn't very important.
This faithfulness is such a familiar feeling by now that it's almost comforting. Come, comfort me, Edgeworth. I mean, Phoenix.
I know, especially with the way he's holding his hands like that. Looked like he was going for some kind of intense hug. Anyway, I'll just go ahead and start the cross-examination.
Using anyway to change the topic. A convenient escape for a weak man.
I didn't know.
And he's sending more into like not then Carla. One Carla, there we go.
I didn't know that anyway was like a convenient escape for weak people. I thought it was just a word used for changing subject. Apparently people in Germany don't change subjects though.
We never do. We destroy subjects. Either way, I really thought it's a good enough place to end the pod.
Okay, thank you all for watching and see y'all next time.